Good morning, captains. It's me, Tonic TZW. It's Saturday morning and PSN is down, so I thought I'd edit some videos and get them uploaded. And then I thought I can't upload them because PSN is down, but we're going to edit the videos anyway and get them ready for you. This one is one Cap Rodeo, and everything was happening on B Cap. I'm in division here with my very good German friend Torsten. Tollertag there. He is in the Hayate. I'm an Aleutian, and we are literally going to have our heads on a swivel in this game because we aren't going to move from B Cup, which may sound a little bit boring, but let me tell you, it's going to turn in to one heck of a fight, and it's going to be close for most of this game. Now, there is a radar cruiser out here on the red team. There's also, I think the Katsonis has radar as well. But we are playing a double division team, and literally for the life of me, in 5 games before this, even though in 3 of those games I finished top, and in 2 of those games I had more base XP than the winning member of red team in their victory, and they get a 50% bonus, I could not get a win. So Torsten said, come on, let's go in together. And so, yes, we did. I've told you before about this little spot on the corner of B Cap on this map, and we're going to sail in, and Torsten is going to put his torpedoes through the likely approach of Red Team's destroyer, which is on the left-hand side of the island ahead. So I am now contested, so I'm going to think about getting ready to run out. I can see where the twist and track indicator is spotted, and yep, that'll be First Blood Dev Strike for Torsten on the Z44 Red Team RA Destroyer down. So whatever this Tirpitz and Nebraska were thinking, they're going to have to very quickly reconsider what their options are, because I think that Tirpitz was going to cover his destroyer and basically have HE loaded and slap it straight across into whatever was spotted on this cap. But that isn't going to happen anymore. We're having a look around, looking at the disposition of the team, trying to find out which ships are where, so we know what we are going to be up against when we have to start moving. Red team have secured Charlie Cap out there. We have secured Bravo, and just looking at the number of ships on Alpha, you'd think that yeah, we'd be able to secure that too, but it's going to turn into a bit of a stalemate across there on Alpha Cap, and we can't believe that that Turbis just took 6 torpedoes and is still alive. But there's very obviously been a damage control there. So we are going to go and get a sticky little fire on him. And while he's in range, we are going to try and wail on him. So there is the fire. We're going to try and keep it going. But you know what happens in games like this. You get a good hit on a target. We're already past 75,000 damage just in the opening minutes of the game. We're trying to get these floaty shells to land on this Tirpitz, and here we go. Look, here come the guys, the absolute heroes, full sends from everybody out there, and all we end up is a kill assist for all of our efforts. That's nice, isn't it? He was gone. But it is, as people have said, and as I say sometimes, it is guns off the map. It is no longer a threat, and that guy wasn't able to get off a single salvo against the blue team ships that are out there. And so the Nebraska decides that he is going to have a go as well. Um, we were very, very wary and very, very cautious about the other destroyers in this game pushing through us, and I thought the Nebraska was perhaps going to try and run the same way as the Tirpitz, which is why I put my torpedoes like I did. There's still a bit of a smoke screen covering there, but it looks like it might be disappearing looking at the timer, and so we think twice about firing our guns. And now we realize that he is going to sail between the islands. Are we going to put shots on? Yes. We're going to think, can we get a fire on this guy? And can we just get something going? Force him to damage control. And I was thinking, surely somebody across there on Charlie Cap might be able to get one going on him as well. But now we've got a target coming in from the rear. We haven't got our sonar available, so we're going to put our guns there. And Torsten and I were talking this whole time. It's like, yep, we should push A Cap, get onto A Cap, and get that taken. But the Nebraska becomes the closest target again, and we're just about to head across to A Cap in tandem and get this one flipped. But now Twist and Track is bouncing all over the place, and we are very, very, very concerned as to whether or not we're going to be bracketed. There is still a Bayard out there. Look, he is a nasty, nasty cruiser, fast reload, hard hitting, high explosive, and he's coming this way, which is not where we want him. So we're going to try and zone top there just to clear away. We know we can't torpedo enemy destroyers. We know that the destroyer might spot those, but they're heading towards the Bayard. And Torsten and I are again thinking about pushing a cap and get rid of that destroyer, because the two battleships back there don't really seem to be doing anything against this Bayard. The shots are going in. There's a little bit of damage being done to him, but I've now got a target behind me. Is it the Nebraska? Is there a destroyer out there? We don't know, but we're going to have to push a cap because we can't let Red Team maintain this advantage. Our last ship across there on Charlie is kiting away, doing what he can. It is very, very difficult decision making, and we've barely left B cap and it starts to get turned, which means there was a destroyer pushing through from Charlie. And so we pull a 180. We're going to throw ourselves back into the ring with the bull for the B Cap Rodeo, which is why I call this video what I did, because it was a very very centric fight on this cap. There's a Lucian. We are spotted. We see where the Bayard is as well. We are eyeballed. We're rolling smoke. We're rolling sonar, which has come up at just the right time. And with Torsten behind me, this guy hasn't got his sonar available, but we can go to Pound Town on this guy. But the Bayard is also going to be slinging shots in our direction. We get spotted momentarily there, but it's game over for this guy. But watch this. There are the shots from the Bayard. We get a fire. We get damage controlled. He is going to be wailing on this smoke screen, and so we are going to get out of it. And he decides that he wants to have a piece of Bravo Cap 2. Our last cruiser there is right in the white line at the bottom right-hand corner, trying to get onto that Nebraska, who looks like he might be turning in this direction too. The last battleship on A Cap is sailing in, and I'm thinking, okay, if we can defend this capture point and he can take that capture point, we can hopefully pull back a lead, because Red Team have a very slight lead at the moment, and while they were holding two caps, that was ticking up. But they're down to two ships, one of which is the Bayard, the other which is the Nebraska behind me. There is double walls of skill heading out there towards that Bayard. I don't know if he's blind firing the smoke there, but I'm spotting while Torsten sits in his smoke and gives this guy what for. He takes two torpedoes, no flood, and I'm just letting Torsten go to work on this guy. I don't need him to fire my guns, because there is no point in throwing my ship away in open water, especially after we've lost that last cruiser and the Nebraska is heading in this direction. But there goes the Bayard to a fire. And so Torsten and I are going to switch roles now because I've got smoke coming up in 20 seconds. You'd think that our low health battleship would sit on the cap, take it, take the XP, take the bonuses and the credits that come with it, and not risk throwing his ship away. But he is going to come sailing off that cap and around the corner to try and get himself a piece of this Nebraska. Um, we have got a lead, and if there was anything that says you need to keep your destroyers alive, this is an absolute prime demonstration of it. Because with two destroyers left in this game and the time we've got on the clock, even if we were to lose our battleship, we could still potentially play the capture points. The Nebraska gets me spotted because I fired just before my smoke wraps around me. He is going to start turning. His guns are going to be looking at me. I feel quite confident that he hasn't got enough hitting power, unless, of course, he's going to torpedo my smoke screen with his lovely little aeroplanes as we miss all of our torpedoes. So we're going to stay on the guns here, and everybody, including Torsten, is going to chip in. I've only got 3 assists so far. We've got a high caliber, but this is going to be my one and only kill of the game to end it there. 134,500 damage with the high caliber. We get the cap, we get the cap defense, 3 assists along with Torsten, plus my 1 kill. We did lose the turbines to somebody else, but hey, that's how it goes. But Torsten and I topped the board with 1 and 2 there, and I think that was a very, very hard fight for the two of us, having to play a single cap, but taking care of almost 5 red team ships there, but some very good communication, some very good division play, and we came away with a victory. So if you have enjoyed watching that one, please do smash that like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you haven't, and tell your friends. We'd really like to hit 1,500 subscribers this year, and we're not far off it. As always, until next time, take care of yourselves, and goodbye.